Strap in and get ready, because Truck Series Racing is about to go full throttle at the Tricky Triangle. 80 laps, 3 corners, and absolutely zero room for mistakes here at Pocono Raceway. Drafting down the long straightaway, drivers will be fighting for clean air, track position, and survival through turns 1, 2, and 3. Strategy will matter, patience will be tested, and one wrong move at these speeds can change everything. When the green flag flies, it's all about horsepower, nerve, and timing. 80 laps to decide it. Welcome to Truck Racing at Pocono. Good evening, racing fans, and welcome to the Green Flag Racing Network. I'm Robert McKay. Alongside me is nobody tonight. I will be solo, but we are here in the beautiful Pocono Mountains here in Pennsylvania. Popular vacation spot. Got a lot of nice resorts up here. I used to live near the Pocono Mountains, but this is the best place that you can find there. Pocono Raceway, one of the most unique tracks on the NASCAR schedule. And we're getting ready for 80 laps of Green Flag Racing. Drivers currently out there on their qualifying efforts. We're going to go trackside. So you see here, Mike Howitzer currently on top of the timing chart, sending a 55-2. But here comes the 46 on his fast lap. This is the 46 of Ben. Currently 36, so Christopher Rosca's out on his fast lap, setting a time 0.9 seconds off the pace. Going to need to find a lot of pace to get back there to the front. Jeffrey Peppers in that 24 machine rolls up into the third position as he's finished with qualifying. Trying onboard here with that 36 machine. Hop on board the gyro cam, heading down into turns 3 and no turn 4, because this is a triangle coming out of turn 3 onto the backstretch. Going to need a lot of speed here. And he finds no improvement, hard into the wall. Moves up to 10th. Still not good enough for a top 5 position. Great qualifying effort, nevertheless. With that, we'll wrap up qualifying. Oh, nope, my mistake. The 69 of Chris Lyotta on his fast lap. Heading KO2 through the tricky turns, too. Getting a little bit squiggly there. Right on board. Crosses the line. Currently not set a time that lap. I believe he's just starting his first lap here. Let's move over to Evan Logue in the 96. As he's getting ready to do his fast lap. Elijah Fisher getting ready to qualify there in that 16 Caterpillar F-150. See the 69 of Chris Lyotta currently heading through turns 3, trying to set a better lap. Currently only 7/10 off the pace. See if there's any improvement here coming to the line. And there is. Finds about 4/10 and moves up to 9th position, just edging out Henderson there. Pepper is finishing his laps, finding himself in the 4th position. Here comes Evan Logue. Down the backstretch here between turns 1 and 2. Diving into the Indianapolis style turn 2. Getting over the bump that's currently there because of the tunnel. Getting out to the second backstretch here. Now for the hardest corner of the track, that long sweeping turn 3. Very hard to keep it to the bottom of the track and save tire. Coming down the backstretch to finish his first lap, and that will put him in the 14th position, 9/10. See if he can't find anything on his lap heading into turn 1. Hits the wall there a little bit. That might invalidate his lap. Makes it out of turn 1 alive, heading down the backstretch now, heading towards turn 2. Coming down the second backstretch here, heading into the long sweeping turn 3. The 16 of Fisher finds himself in the 5th position. Switch over here in a second. Evan Lowe getting real loose coming out into the corner there, out of turn 3, crossing the line, and that will put him no time improvement, assuming that nick in the wall kind of got him there. He'll be to the bottom of the board, currently 15th. Elijah Fisher on his second lap, currently in the 5th position. There's a lot of speed under that Biff machine, heading down the second backstretch into turns 3. Feels weird saying turns because it's only one. Coming out of turn 3, down the front stretch. And that lap will put him to 3rd position. Elijah Fisher moves up to 3rd position, and that will wrap up qualifying. Let's bring in the pole sitter, Mike Howitzer. Mike Howitzer, it's Robert McKay in the booth. You got a copy. Great pole position there, edging out the field by about 1/10 of a second. How much speed is under that hood? Yeah, exactly. Pocono is very well known for chewing through tires. What is your strategy tonight going into that tire management? How do you think you're going to be able to save tires? Yeah, and I'm hoping you can do that. This would be hopefully your third win on the season. Good luck. With that being said, let's pull up the grid here presented by M&S Welding. The man we just spoke to, Mike Howitzer, currently slides into the pole position next to Travis Farmer. Elijah Fisher in the 16 machine finds himself in third. Joseph Maddox in fourth. Jeffrey Peppers in fifth. Justin Greenlee in the sixth position. Hayden Williams, seventh. Ben, eighth. Shauna Mosley, tie in ninth. Chris Lyota in 10th. Josh Anderson in 11th. Our very own Christopher Rosca in the 12th position. Bobby Hadway, 13th. Rob Wilhoit, 14th. Ryan Hinderlitter, 15th. And Evan Logue round out your field here tonight. It's going to be a very interesting, very engaging 80 laps here in the Pocono Mountains. And we're about to go racing. Yeah, one of the most important parts about racing is the fans. Looking at the chat, shout out John Donquavius III. Appreciate you watching the stream. To get a cool spotter's perspective here from Pocono Raceway. Currently waiting on the last driver to grid the field. Lights on the pace car are on. I try to figure out our gyro cams. And we're rolling here at Pocono. Mike Howitzer, Travis Farmer make up your top two. Elijah Fisher, teammates with Mike Howitzer there in the third position. May have some teammate help there, but Travis Farmer will pound until he can get what he wants. And again, he is very, very good at tire management, just like Mike Howitzer said. That's something we've seen all season long, currently in round 9 of the IRL Platinum Truck Series. Points are starting to come into effect now. And with the playoffs coming in about 6 races, let's see who's currently up front here in contention for the championship. After round 8 at Martinsville, Hayden Williams, who's currently sitting in the 7th position, finds himself at the top of the points, followed by Mike Howitzer, your current pole sitter. Is in the 2nd position there, only 28 points behind. Travis Farmer is in the 3rd position. Aaron Stanton, who's currently starting all the way at the back of the pack, is in the 4th position in points, so he has a long way ahead of him. And then Justin Greenlee rounds out your top 5 for Platinum Truck Series points, and he finds himself in the 6th position. Someone that has a lot of work to catch up to everyone else is Elijah Fisher, who's currently sitting in the 11th position on points, and Jeffrey Peppers. But they are starting in the 3rd and 5th position, so hopefully they can find a good point state here. Lights on the pace truck are still on. Let's bring in the 13 of Travis Farmer. Travi, it's Robert in the booth. You got a copy. All right, starting there in the second position on that inside lane. Mike Howitzer, afraid of you, afraid of how good you are at managing your tires. So how are you going to manage tires tonight and try to outbeat him? They are extremely fast. It's going to be interesting to see how you kind of manage that tonight. How comfortable do you feel around Pocono? It's definitely an interesting track, that's for sure. All right, well, good luck and tell Roska I said hi. No problem. Lights on the pace truck are off. We are 1 to green here before 80 laps of non-stop green flag action here at Pocono Raceway in the Pocono Mountains in the great Keystone state of Pennsylvania. Pocono, it acts like a drafting track, but it isn't. A lot of, almost feels like a road course in my opinion, because every turn is modeled after a different turn from a different track. So it's a super speedway that kind of feels like a road course, if that makes sense a little bit. The car gets tight very easily, especially into turns 3, and it's very easy to get wheel damage here against these hard, abrasive walls. Pace truck coming through turn 3, about to pull off. 18 drivers will be starting tonight's race. Jackson Hadaway still sits in the pits. 18 drivers duking it out for the battle for the win here tonight in the Keystone state of Pennsylvania in the Pocono Mountains. The pace truck pulls off. Mike Howitzer, Travis Farmer lead us to the field. Green flag in the air. Welcome to racing in the Poconos. Mike Howitzer off to a fantastic start. Travis Farmer not getting that same edge there on the inside. Here comes the 6 of Joseph Maddox side by side here with the 13 up against the wall. We are 3 wide in the back of the pack as Ty Mosley sends it 3 wide. Here comes the 46 of Ben all the way at the bottom. And we're still 3 wide here. Here comes the 24 of Jeffrey Peppers to the inside of the 13. Here's Ty Mosley trying to make something work there on the outside. Travis Farmer falling like a rock. They're stuck on that inside. Here comes Ty Mosley on the outside. Travis Farmer's trying to find a hole, but it's not going anywhere. Still side by side there at the 21 as he finally slots in, fits in line. 24 behind on the inside, on the attack. Here comes Jeffrey Peppers. Still side by side here, heading through turn 1 and down the backstretch. Look towards the back of the pack. Here's Christopher Roska currently battling for the 10th position in this sort of hornet's nest of drivers. Josh Henderson, here's the 88 of Bobby Hadaway, makes contact with the 22 all the way up the track. 96 on the outside of the 88, and the 88 loses a lot of track position there. Down to the 16th position, currently battling side 3 wide with the 23 and the 96. Here's the 22 of Rob Wilhoy battling side by side with the 42 of Colton Ward. Chris Roska battling side by side with 70 of Justin Greenlee. This is the battle for the 11th position as Elijah Fisher in 3rd sets the fastest lap. Christopher Roska still struggling back here as we are 2 wide, 3 deep. Here comes the 27, sending it 3 wide into turn 3. 36 backs off. Smart move there by Roska. 42 looking to the inside of the 36. Christopher Roska is dropping like a rock here at Pocono. Runs up there on the rumble strips, losing a little bit of speed, seeing that car kind of squiggle. 27-42 make a little bit of contact, and the 36 finds the hole. The 21 of Ty Mosley up to the 4th position as he sets the fastest lap. You got to figure he's probably burning through tires right now, just trying to make up as much track position as he can. See the 24 here of Jeffrey Pepper side by side with the 13. Slides in the line. '16 currently battling for the third position, trying to make a pass there on his teammate in the 6. 13 to the inside of Ty Mosley. Ty Mosley makes contact. Oh, my mistake. Hayden Williams, not Travis Farmer. Hayden Williams loses a little bit of traction there. Here comes Jeffrey Peppers trying to make it 3 wide. Hayden Williams side by side there with Travis Farmer. Jeffrey Pepper is lurking in the shadows, trying to see if he can find something here. Down the backstretch, heading into turn 3. Hayden Williams loses that position there to the 24 of Jeffrey Peppers, and the field is now single filed out. Here comes Elijah Fisher still on the attack there of the 6. Let's right on board there with the 6 of Joseph Maddox on one of the gyro cams. You see there the 16 in that cat Biff machine. See the 21 there of Ty Mosley trying to make something work, diving to the inside. Here comes the 16 all over the bumper, makes a little bit of contact. They're bumping and grinding here. Here comes the 21 of Ty Mosley on the inside of Elijah Fisher, trying to make something work. You can see here the 13 of Travis Farmer still chasing him down. Two Cat machines ahead, two Caterpillar machines still battling it out. On board with Joseph Maddox now. Heading into turn 2 here. The 16 still all over the back bumper, but look at that 21 behind the 16. Aaron Stanton, Rob Willowy battling side by side. Here comes the 42. Looks like Cookie Monster is trailing behind. Hard racing here between the 22 and the 27. That tier 1 setup shop machine. To the 27, here comes Cookie Monster in the 42. Rob Willowy loses the position there to the 27. Will he lose it to the 42? '22 gets a little wiggly there. Back the battle up here towards the front, because here comes Ty Mosley there on the inside as Elijah Fisher's trying to make something work. 6 at 16 gets squiggly. That 16 is all over the back bumper of the 6, trying to find a hole to get through. Here comes the 16 on the inside, diving down low, and the 16 gets it done on the 6. Here comes the 21 side by side. Bit of contact in the wall there against the 6. Here's the 21 battling side by side with the 13 of Travis Farmer. These two competitors here still side by side behind the 6 of Maddox, who just lost a position there to Fisher just a lap ago. Now Fisher's going to go chase back Howitzer. Ty Mosley loses a lot of spots now, down to 7th. That inside did not fare well for him, but did fare well for Elijah Fisher. He's up to 2nd and chasing down the leader. As you see here, the 24 still chasing down the 13. The 21 gets the move done on the 3. Not a lot of action happening here towards the back of the pack. We're riding here with the 42 of Colton Ward. Here's the 88 of Bobby Hadway, currently side by side here with the 96. I got the 36's radio. Christopher Roska here on speed dial here in the booth. Let's bring him in. See if you can't get a copy of him. Chris Roska, Robert McKay in the booth, got a copy. Really struggling back there. What's going on? Mechanical issue. My brother, on that back for me, your brakes. That's new. Definitely not something I've heard of before. We'll let you go. Hopefully that kind of fixes itself. It's not that noticeable, though. So is it just your car losing its momentum because of the brake? Or is it just kind of like drag? So do you think you might start to have brake fatigue here heading into turn 3? As the 88 makes the move on you, current heading into turn 2. Roska here riding high against the wall. Doesn't get the move done. Good luck, Roska. The 36 Reddit machine struggling with a lot of mechanical issues here. 22 of Rob Wilhoit out of the race. So is Jackson Hadaway. '88 side by side here at the 36. Is the 36 still struggling with those mechanical issues? Head back to the lead here because Elijah Fisher is gaining on the 43 of Mike Howitzer. Currently heading through turns 3. Since we were talking to Roscoe over the radio, got Fisher down to about 5/10. Bring in the 13 here of Travis Farmer. So I also got him over the radio. Travis, it's McKay. Got a copy. currently running in there in the third position, 2 seconds behind the 16 and the 43. How does your truck feel? Yeah, struggling with the tires a little bit. No, your teammate Orozco is kind of struggling with his own mechanical issues. Yeah, I still have what, 65 laps? All right, we'll leave you to it. Good luck. Yeah, no problem. The 13 there of Travis Farmer doing his best, managing his stuff. As the 24 is now on the attack. You see here, the 16 still gaining on Mike Howitzer, now down to about 4/10. He's on the attack. Rosca in the back, still struggling with those mechanical issues. Chris Lyotta running a quiet but good race, leading that kind of pack there in the back. Currently sitting in the 8th position. Here comes the 46 there on the 42. Here, the 24 all over the back bumper there of the 13. Trying to make something work here. See behind the 13, the 24 is Ty Mosley there, who is currently under attack from the 3. Josh getting the move done here side by side with the 69 heading out of the corner. 27 gets really loose. Great save there by Aaron Stanton. 69 gets the move done. See the 88 popping back there off the wall. Rosca up to the 14th position. Evan Lowe getting a move done there on Bobby Hadaway. See here the 17 of Josh Anderson making a move on Chris Lyotta. This is the battle for the 8th position. Now battling with the 27 of Aaron Stanton. This is from 9th. Whoa, contact! 27! Oh, fantastic save there from the 27, getting real loose and real sideways. Let's get a replay on that. Getting real loose, almost completely sideways. Fantastic save there from the 27. Chris Lyotta now battling with the 6 of Joseph Maddox, who's fallen off a rock from the 3rd position. Now down to the 6th. Now he's under attack from one of his teammates. Six side by side with the 69. Heading into turn 3. Here comes the 17 behind the 69. Also trying to get a move done. Side by side there with the 17. Here comes the 6 on the attack. The 42 looking to make something happen. 42 all over the back bumper of the 17 there. Heading through turn 3, trying to make something work here. '69 loses a position to the 17. Here comes the 42 on the inside, trying to make something work. Mike Howitzer brings it down pit road, the first to come, try to short pit everybody. Travis Farmer now up to second, and Elijah Fisher to the lead. Looks like the 14 has this, the 43 has a black flag. See here what exactly happened. This could very well be a speeding in pits penalty. That is 100% what it is. You can see here getting the replay up. Right on board here from the helmet cam. Yeah, that is 100%. See here, 3,800 RPM. He comes in hot at 47. That is 100% a speeding penalty there for the 43. Devastating way to end Mike Howitzer's domination. Here comes Ryan Hinderlitter. Entering pit lane now. Elijah Fisher leads by about 2 seconds. The 16 out to a commanding 2-second lead. Here comes Jeffrey Peppers coming down to pit road. We're starting to see a trickling of drivers. Looks like you have 20 laps on fuel here, roughly. Probably closer to 30. Hauser, Hinderlitter currently a lap down. Pepper is about to be coming a lap down here on pit road. Figures how big this track, you wouldn't get lapped down, but it's a very long and very slow pit road. One of the longest on an oval. And the pit road speed is also very low. Here, the 42 currently sitting in the 5th position, waiting on more pit stops. Aaron Stanton gets a move done on the 6. Justin Greenlee gets a move done on the 23 there. See here, waiting for people to come down pit road. Here comes the 3 of Hayden Williams, bringing it down pit road. Elijah Fisher stretching his fuel out just like he did a few weeks ago at The Rock. See here, Elijah Fisher still out in front by about 2 seconds. Travis Farmer, but Ty Mosley managing his tires very well and staying towards the front of the pack. I do apologize, fans at home. I just realized that my desktop audio is muted this entire time. I am incredibly sorry. Anyway, 16 still leads, and while we wait for more people to come down pit road, we're going to go to commercial, but don't worry, you won't miss anything. We're going side by side. This broadcast production is brought to you by our great friends over at Dubby Energy. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. They don't use artificial dyes and contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Next time you go to buy W's great products, be sure to use our code GFRN for 10% at checkout. That is GFRN for 10% at checkout.
Hey you, yeah you. Are you tired of endlessly scrolling on trading paints trying to find that perfect paint scheme but it never seems to be there? Well, I got the solution for you. Griffin Race Paints. Griffin Race Paints just did a massive price cut, and also for the rest of the year, you'll also be getting a 45% off discount. GRP 45. Always remember, Griffin Race Paints adds an extra 200 horsepower to your hot rod. Griffin Race Paint, where design meets performance.
Welcome to the Visit Myrtle Beach 400, presented by NASCAR Racing Experience Holiday gift card late model race.
Welcome back here to Pocono Raceway. Pit stop still cycling. Ward and Lyota now to the top of the board. These pit stops are more than underway. It's the last three drivers trying to stretch it out, pull it down into pit road, and get their service. Again, to the folks at home, I do apologize. Bit of tech issue there with OBS not picking up any desktop audio. This issue has been fixed. So, kind of a recap here on what you guys have missed over the last two driver interviews. Travis Farmer struggling to keep up with the 16 and the 42, and Christopher Rosca in the 36 struggling with a tech issue with his pedals where they are not picking up, where when he applies the gas, it's picking up some brake, which is causing him to slow down. Again, I do apologize. See here, the 69 currently sitting in the 8th position. Going here to the 24 is currently leading of Jeffrey Peppers. Beats Elijah Fisher off pit road. Let's pull up his strategy here and see what he did. Pull up here the stint comparison between the 24 and the 16. Both of them pitting on lap. Jeffrey Peppers pitting on lap 22. Fisher pitting on lap 26. Elijah Fisher will catch up. You can already see him kind of doing that now. He'll be to the front of the back bumper of the 24 in the see here, 24 is still leading. Elijah Fisher, as I said, already a second behind Jeffrey Peppers, and he's catching up fast. Look right on board. Now down to about 1.2 seconds, getting about 0.2 seconds a lap. Jeffrey Peppers there on a different strategy. Hit it earlier. Hayden Williams makes a move there on Ty Mosley. Ty Mosley now all the back bumper of the three. Him there running that bottom line, trying to get to the bottom of the three, trying to make something work. Nothing does. One dives down to the bottom of the three, gets the move done, up now to the 6th position. This 21 still there on side by side there with the three. And as the field stretch out, we're going to go back to commercial. But don't worry. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Here comes the 16 on the bottom of the 24. Side by side here, but those better tires will prevail. The 16 to the lead. But the 24 still giving up a fight. Howitzer also gaining up to the 16th position. 16 dives down through the tunnel corner, through turns 2. 24 gets a little squiggly there up top. And the fade is sealed. The 16 out to the lead. And now that the change of position has happened, we're going to cut to commercial. But don't worry, you won't miss anything. We're going side by side. This broadcast production is brought to you by our great friends over at Dubby Energy. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. They don't use artificial dyes and contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Next time you go to buy W's great products, be sure to use our code GFRN for 10% at checkout. That is GFRN for 10% at checkout.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you tired of endlessly scrolling on trading paints trying to find that perfect paint scheme, but it never seems to be there? Well, I got the solution for you. Griffin Race Paints. Griffin Race Paints just did a massive price cut. And also, for the rest of the year, you'll also be getting a 45% off discount. GRP 45. Always remember, Griffin Race Paints adds an extra 200 horsepower to your hot rod. Griffin Race Paint, where design meets performance.
Welcome to the Visit Myrtle Beach 400, presented by NASCAR Racing Experience Holiday E Gift Card Late Model Race. I'm Lenny Baticki, and joining me in the booth is veteran broadcaster Bill Hennessy.
All right, we are ready for 125 laps of NASCAR Wheeling All-American late model stock car racing. Our pole sitter is Timothy Peters on the outside pole. Number 51, Matt Cox. They're bringing us out of turn 4. Get on your feet. This is going to be hot. They are in control of the race because the green flag is in the air. We are underway at Myrtle Beach's Icebreaker 2018.
In May 2020, it was announced that the track would close its doors for good in August. On August 15th, the checkered flag would wave for the final time. Myrtle Beach Speedway was demolished in December of the following year, and all that remains as of 2024 is the dirt of what once was turns 3 and 4.
Turn 1 and 2.
David Green is going to grab the lead here down the backstretch as he wiggles that car.
But that doesn't stop us from racing at this historic track once again. 65 drivers have made their way to the virtual banks of Myrtle Beach Speedway to fight for one of the 36 starting positions for tonight's event. Are you ready? Welcome back here to Pocono Raceway here in the Pocono Mountains in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. Elijah Fisher still in the lead, about halfway through this race. Jeffrey Peppers is still trailing behind. Farmer in P3 trying to do something, still too far out, but Henderson is still behind trying to make something work. See here, it's kind of three-way pack, closest battle currently on track that we have. See here, Ward in the 42 trying to make something work. See the 17 all over the back bumper. 13. 13, Travis Farmer playing excellent defense at the moment. 17 touches the wall. Here comes the 42 on the outside. There goes the 42. The 17 dropped to the fifth position. Dial back in Christopher Rosca. See how his mechanical issues are going. Rosca, it's Robert in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
How are those mechanical issues prevailing?
Thought we had it fixed in the last pit stop and then came back for a little bit, but I haven't noticed if it's there or not, and I just saw it just now, so not sure what the issue is, but it's I don't know. The brakes don't feel like they've been affected at all, so hopefully we'll make it through the race.
Currently sitting in the 15th position, 26 seconds behind the field. How do you feel your chances are of kind of rallying back at this point?
Considering I have this brake issue that I've had since the drop of the green, not good.
Yeah, still kind of struggling back there. how's your teammate doing? Travis Farmer currently in a four-way battle here for the fourth position. How's he holding up?
Sounds like he's been really appreciative of how clean the drivers around him are racing, and it sounds like a good battle.
And it is.
So.
We'll let you get to it. Hopefully, you can kind of rally back something.
Yeah, I gotta yell at the guys back at the shop for putting this into my car as if I didn't have enough issues already. Maybe we should hijack Elijah Fisher's truck and install the issue on his truck instead.
Yeah, he's definitely got something. Great job by him. Stay 3 seconds ahead of Jeffrey Pepper. As you see here, Chris Moroska's teammate Travis Farmer in this kind of battle here with the 17 for the fourth position. Colton Ward has gotten the edge there and is trying to hunt down Jeffrey Peppers now. Here he comes on the outside, going, and gone. The 42 up to second. Hopefully he can kind of rally something and get to Elijah Fisher as we are halfway through this race. '24 struggling on those older tires, but we are coming up on another pit stop here. Or at least we should be. See, here's people starting to save fuel. You can hear engines shutting off. That's the driver shutting off the engine, trying to save as much fuel as they can. 24 really struggling. Here comes the 17 to the inside of the 13. The 24 slowing down the 13. 13 sending it 3 wide. 13 gets the long stick there, getting side by side with the 24. Here comes the 17 now trying to get around the 24. 24 losing a lot of positions there due to those older tires. He's doing a fantastic job of kind of staying out of the way, but still playing excellent defense. .46 laps to go here at Pocono. Ward doing a little bit of catching up there on Fisher, but not enough. Here comes the 24 down pit road. Pit strategies, pit stops have begun. Stan, Joseph Maddox, Devin Logue, Bobby Hadaway have a little battle here. This is the battle all the way back for 11. Devin Logue trying to do something there to the 6, trying to make something work. A lot of these drivers struggling 2-3 seconds off their fastest laps, including the 70 of Justin Greenlee, who's currently sitting in an impressive 10th place. 96 gets really loose coming out of the corner. Here comes Bobby Hadaway. Down the backstretch into turn 1. Diving down low, trying to see if we can do anything there to that 96. Dives deep and gets the move done. Not quite yet. The 96 putting up a commanding fight against the 88. The 96 retains position. Here's Ward all over the back bumper of the 16. The 16 drops position. Colton Ward to the lead for the first time in Truck Series history. Right on board here with the 42. Getting the lead for the first time here in his Truck Series career. The Cookie Monster machine. And here comes Travis Farmer. This is on the back bumper of the 1616. Really trying to save fuel here. That's what's causing him losing him a lot of time. You can see him hear him shutting off his engine. He is obviously trying to save as much fuel as he can, and that's costing him in the long run. Here comes the 13 on the outside. 16 running out of fuel. Trying to stretch it. He needs to come down to pit road fast. Hear him shutting off his engine. Here comes the 17. Letting the 17 by. Colton Ward has the lead for now, but here comes Travis Farmer. Expecting Elijah Fisher to come into pit road. And he doesn't. He stays out on track. Interesting pit strategy there. See here, the 13 of Travis Farmer trying to see if he can do anything. Gaining some time heading in through turn 1, but loses heading out of the corner, setting deeper than the 42 is there. The 12, 13 setting it deep. Aaron Stan gets the move done on the 70 here, back through the pack. Joseph Maddox. Evan Lowe gets the move done on Joseph Maddox. Jeffrey Peppers gaining track position here. He's on new fresh tires. We're currently upside down. Oops. Hold on. There we go. Here comes the 13. Here the 13 setting it a lot deeper than the 42 is. So Travis Farmer gains a lot of time coming into the corner, but loses it there on corner exit. You can see here that 13 though, just trying to do something but can't. Jeffrey Peppers gets the move done there on Ty Mosley, according to my timing sheet. Six gets real loose coming off the corner, but saves it. Fantastic save there by Joseph Maddox. And he's now to the outside of Evan Logue. Ending at D, 96 comes down pit roads. Another driver coming down. Here's Travis Farmer on the back bumper of the 42. Getting real close. The 42 now saving a lot of fuel. Doing the same thing Elijah Fisher did. here at Travis Farmer getting a great draft. Getting, oh, super, super close there. But Hunty doing a fantastic job at just keeping that fuel saving while keeping that gap between him and Travis Farmer, something that the 16 of Elijah Fisher could not do. I may have spoken too soon. Travis Farmer getting closer and closer every time. Except that time. But here comes the 13. Could gain a lot of time here. Right to the back bumper. This is a lot of time there, heading through turns 1 and 2. Chris Rauska brings it down pit road. And he comes in for service. Ben coming out of the pits. The 13, the 17 bring it down pit road. A lot of drivers not coming down to get service. Colton Ward all by himself. So switch from lap to laps to go here. Here comes Colton Ward down pit road, 27 to go. This could be the final pit stop of the day, I imagine it will be. Here comes Chris Lyota to take the lead. Nope, he comes down pit road, so does Elijah Fisher. Joseph Maddox. Christopher Roska coming down pit road. That's a penalty. Let's see what that penalty is. This is a replay. Trying to figure out exactly what the penalty here is for. Oh, comes up way too I don't know what that penalty is. Currently parking in his box. Let's bring him in and ask. Ross got the boys in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah.
Black flag. Is that the end of your race?
It's a hold for 40 seconds, but might as well work on trying to fix my brake issue. So, unless I get my brakes fixed, this is the end of the race for me.
What's the black flag for? Speeding in pits?
Yeah, there is a white line that I mistook for the yellow line to end of the pit road speed limit.
That'll do it. 24 on the inside of the 6 here. Hopefully you can get that fixed. If not, there's the comfy, warm booth waiting for you.
Warm? Yeah. Well,
it's very warm.
We'll see. I'm gonna spend quite a bit in the garage, so.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah.
24 gets the move done on the 6 here. And as the field kind of spreads out here and we wait for these faster cars to catch up, I think it's time to crank it up. As before we do, the 6 runs out of fuel. See him running there very slow. The 6 has indeed run out of fuel. Can he make it to the pits? He's gonna limp it. He pushed it too far. Let's bring him in. Joseph Maddox, it's Robert McKay in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Limping it to pit road. You run out of fuel?
Yeah, I ran out of gas.
Just pushed it too long, trying to see how long you go.
Yeah, just pushing it as long as we could.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Will you make it to your pit box?
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm watching. You're getting slow. Maybe you gotta hop out of the car and push it from behind. I'll let you get to running. Good luck.
Alrighty, thank you.
Alright. Now that the 16 almost makes it to the pit box, this is the end of the race there for the 6. Makes it to his pit box. And now we're gonna crank it up. Welcome back here to Pocono Raceway, coming off the Crank It Up. Ward back out to the lead, and this is looking like Ward's first win here in the Platinum Truck Series. I don't want to speak too soon here, about 5/10, but Travis Farmer is hunting him, gaining and losing time. We got a battle for the win here on our hands full with just 17 laps to go. Something to take in note too is this weekend starts the NASCAR season. The Clash is happening this weekend, so if you are not necessarily a NASCAR fan, but you're just watching this because, you know, you have a friend, a family member, whatever, racing this, I highly encourage you to go out this weekend and watch the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium on Fox. If you're entertained by this race, you'll be very entertained by the real life stuff. Anyway, got a little off track there. Travis Farmer still hanging around that 5/10 reign. Hunty doing a fantastic job at kind of just managing that gap there. Now down to about 4.5 tenths. Coming up here with 15 laps to go. So you see here, now down to 2/10. Here comes Farmer. Maybe I did speak too soon. Farmer gaining a lot of time. Let's try and board that back camera here of the 42. That's Travis Farmer. Here we go. You see here Farmer just getting closer and closer. It reminds me of that scene from Jaws. Just that's what it reminds me of right now. Just inching closer and closer and closer. Let's see how good of a defense Colton Ward can put up here. Diving deep. Scrapes the wall a little bit there, but here comes the 13. Again, it feels like that scene from Jaws. Getting closer and closer and closer as that Toyota Mountain Dew. He tried Mike to make a move here. Let's see. Dives deep. Doesn't have the momentum. Travis Farmer trying to see if he can find a gap here. Travis Farmer trying to see if he can do anything at this point. They have no one to worry about. They are 4 seconds away from anybody else. Jeffrey Peppers here towards the back, making the move on Evan Logue. Little battle here between two teammates, the 69 and the 16. Let's bring in Christopher Rosca again and see his opinion on this. Rosca, welcome back to the booth. Any luck at fixing those tech issues?
Still working on disassembling the truck to get to the pedals. There's a lot of screws in here, guys. Why did you put so many screws in the truck? I feel like a lot of these could have been left out, and we would have been a lot lighter.
So what exactly are you trying to do?
So the issue was, as I was pressing the throttle, it would register as it would register as like a false brake application, so it would put like up to like 10%, up to like 5% brake pressure on. So I'm digging through the truck trying to get to the brakes and see if there's an issue with the brake and accelerator being close by, and maybe a mechanism that's connecting the two.
Could just be an issue with the pedals. You might need new ones, to be fair.
That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to get to them. There's too many dang screws in this truck.
Maybe you should
I think
not do that on pit road. It's a smart idea.
You can't tell me what to do.
There is
the official title is okay.
There's a nice, comfy, warm seat here in the booth, and I have a Subway sandwich for you.
And I'm still working on.
I know you wanna.
I don't know. The guy said I gotta work on it, so I'm working on it.
Boo! Boo!
Hey, I got a race team to run.
Yeah, I run the race team.
No, you don't.
I'm the owner. I'll talk to you later.
For now.
Good luck fixing that, although I don't imagine that you will. Fortunate end for the race there for Christopher Rosca. As we were talking to him, Travis Farmer loses time there on Ward. Gets a little squiggly there coming out of turns 3, but he's gaining back on it. But now down to about 5/10. Ward, sigh of relief, but I don't imagine it to last very long. Farmer has done an excellent job this race on just hounding the people in front of him and just making the best out of every situation he's been. We're coming to 9 laps to go here. We're going to do one more commercial break, but don't worry, you won't miss a thing. We're going side by side. This broadcast production is brought to you by our great friends over at Dubby Energy. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. They don't use artificial dyes and contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Next time you go to buy W's great products, be sure to use our code GFRN for 10% at checkout. That is GFRN for 10% at checkout.
Hey you, yeah you. Are you tired of endlessly scrolling on trading paints trying to find that perfect paint scheme but it never seems to be there? Well, I got the solution for you. Griffin Race Paints. Griffin Race Paints just did a massive price cut. And also, for the rest of the year, you'll also be getting a 45% off discount. GRP 45. Always remember, Griffin Race Paints adds an extra 200 horsepower to your hot rod. Griffin Race Paint, where design meets performance.
Welcome to the Visit Myrtle Beach 400, presented by NASCAR Racing Experience Holiday E-Gift Card Late Model Race. I'm Lenny Baticki, and joining me in the booth is veteran broadcaster Bill Hennessy.
All right, we are ready for 125 laps of NASCAR Wheeling All-American Late Model Stock Car Racing. Our pole sitter is Timothy Peters on the outside pole, number 51, Matt Cox. They're bringing us out of turn 4. Get on your feet. This is going to be hot. They are in control of the race because the green flag is in the air. We are underway at Myrtle Beach's Icebreaker 2018.
In May 2020, it was announced that the track would close its doors for good in August. On August 15th, the checkered flag would wave for the final time. Myrtle Beach Speedway was demolished in December of the following year, and all that remains as of 2024 is the dirt of what once was turns 3 and 4.
Turn 1 and 2.
David Green is going to grab the lead here down the backstretch as he wiggles that car.
But that doesn't stop us from racing at this historic track once again. 65 drivers have made their way to the virtual banks of Myrtle Beach Speedway to fight for one of the 36 starting positions for tonight's event. Are you ready? Welcome back to the Pocono Mountains here in Pocono Raceway in the Pocono Mountains in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. Coming up with 5 laps to go. Farmer is running out of juice. Ward is starting to run away with this thing as we approach the final 10 miles. 10 miles falls between Ward and his first Inspired Truck Series win here in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, in one of the best vacation spots in the country. Farmer, though, not done yet. He is giving it everything he's got. You can see him pushing that truck very, very hard because he wants his first Truck Series win. 2 drivers duking it out. Who will get it? Getting closer and closer, but it might not be enough. This is on board the 42 of Colton Hunty Ward. 4 to go. Farmer's running out of time. Travis Farmer starting to run out of time here. See him still losing a little bit of time, but here comes the lap down car, the 21 of Ty Mosley. This might get interesting. Will the 21 move out of the way? Looks like that's a yes. So side by side here. And he does. Farmer, this might be the end of it. Has nothing really left, but he's going to give everything, gaining a 10th in that corner alone, but losing it on a corner exit. 3 laps to go here. Stands between Colton Warren and his first ever Inspired Series truck win. And he's giving it everything he's got, but so is the 13. That gap, though, not shrinking at the moment. Two to go. Coming up to 2 to go here. What a race this has been. No cautions once again. This is the second race of the series to have no cautions. Fantastic job by the drivers, keeping it clean and green. That is honestly very rare for a series race. 2 laps to go here at the tricky triangle. Ward now extending that lead over Farmer to a second. This is on board. Farmer gets past the 21, but how much can Farmer do here in 1.5 laps? There's Farmer all the way at the back. Now up to about a second, getting real loose. There's nothing much Farmer can do. Ward has to be celebrating right now, but it's a little too early for that. You still have 1 more lap to go here at Pocono Raceway to decide the winner. Here comes the 42 of Colton Ward. After all of the triumph and not triumph out this season, haven't seen him on the top step much at all over the last 9 races. But something clicked for Colton Ward and that forky Chevrolet Silverado machine. Something clicked here in the mountains in Pennsylvania, in the Appalachian, at the Pocono Mountains here, Pocono Raceway, the tricky triangle. Maybe it's the lack of corner, maybe it's the style of track, but something did click, and it's been fantastic to watch. Coming through turn 3 for the final time in that blue machine, that Silverado. He comes to the line. Colton Hunty Ward, you are an inspired Racing League Platinum Truck Series winner. Take it in. What a race. The 42 gets it done here at Pocono Raceway. First win of the series, and that'll do really good for him for points, as he is currently sitting in all the way down in... having a hard time finding him. He is all the way down in the points. So this is a fantastic race for him. This will do excellent for the points. But most important of all, he got his first win, and that is something special. Getting your first win always feels special. And it'll especially feel special here at one of the hardest tracks on the schedule. iRacing lagging a little bit here. Oh. Okay. Well, that's odd. Well, we're going to cut to the booth cam. Alrighty then. Also having tech issues with here. Oh. There we go. Apologize for all the tech issues here, folks. Nice and big. Because there's no one else in the booth. All right. Well, unfortunately, I can't pull up the screen, but your official timing results: Colton Ward gets the win over Farmer in the 13. Henderson finishes 3rd. Fisher 4th. Lyota 5th. Stanton 6th. Ben finishes in the 7th position. 8 is Justin Greenlee. 9th is Jeffrey Peppers. 10th is Hayden Williams. 11th is Ty Mosley. 12th is Logue, and there in Evan Logue in the 96. 13th is Mike Howitzer in the 43. 14th is Maddox in the 6. 15th is Bobby Hadway in the 88. 16th is Chris Rosca in the 36. 17th, Hinderliner in the 23. 18th, Will Hoyt, and 19th, Hadaway in the 8. A little bit of tech issues with iRacing just crashing, and the session is over, so I can't rejoin, so I do apologize. Let's bring in the top 3-4 interviews. First off is the 13 of Josh Henderson. Let's bring him in. Josh Henderson, it's Robert in the booth. He got a copy.
Oh, what's up, man? I got you.
Great finish, finishing in the 3rd position, kept it clean and green all race. What did you do differently?
Just kind of like how I won Motegi. Fuel mileage, man. Did some math, figured it out, and was able to finish with 0.3 left in the tank. So, yeah, it was actually the craziest part of the race for me was, I apologize to my brother, but I'm watching the replay, and I don't know, I'll have to talk to him about it. I think it's probably both our faults, but probably the closest thing to a wreck we had all night. And then that last pit stop, I was going to be about a lap short to the finish, so I had to stretch it and pit with Travis, and I actually ran out of gas coming to pit road, and I was sputtering the whole way down pit road, and I ran out just before my box, so I had no reference frame, no RPMs to like judge the stop, and luckily I stopped. I was long in the box, but I was just in there, and was able to change the tires, get back out, so I didn't destroy my race by any means. And then from there it was just save. I have no idea how Travis maintained that pace because I was shutting the truck off saving gas through 1 and 2, or 1, I guess technically, and 3. So yeah, just fuel mileage race and worked my way through there. And apologize to my brother if he thinks I did anything. I don't see it that way, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, and going back to that incident, it's always hard, especially when it's a brother or a close friend or a teammate or whatever. You kind of have that extra guilt almost.
Yeah, we we've gotten into each other. Let's see, we've raced now probably for about a year and a half competitively. And I think we've had one big incident where we still disagree whose fault it was, and then we had another incident where I kind of lost my cool and maybe intentionally took him out. So at that point, it's like now it's just I don't want. I'm trying to give him space, right? There's a reason I'm 17 and he's 27. I am number one, but no. So he's faster than I am, and I saw him on my outside. I was actually a little disappointed that he pushed Chris instead of pushing me, and I know him and Colton were coming up through there. Um, but then looking at it, I just feel like he turns in fast. Like I didn't come up or anything. He just turned in a little bit quicker than I did. So we'll talk about it. But yeah, I definitely don't. He's the guy I want to give the most space to. But yeah, he's the guy I want to beat the most. It's a tough it's a tough situation.
Yeah, it is. But either way, you finish third. All is good. Definitely fuel strategy was the name of the game. How about tires? How were your tires tonight? Because I feel like the main topic was fuel, but you can definitely see the tires starting to struggle there towards the end.
Yeah, if you knew how to save and manage them properly, it's just tire saving's always been a strength of mine. There's a couple tricks I have up my sleeve on these kind of tracks. It's actually what I did at Motegi, right? So there's a couple things I can do to stretch the fuel, to stretch the tires, and I really, really, really enjoy. I had a lot of fun racing that. Had a lot of fun with Travis and Colton there when we were 1, 2, 3, and unfortunately just lost touch with them. Maybe it was just the draft helping him. I'm sure Colton was saving a touch, but then he was good to go once he had a whole extra lap on us. So I kind of knew he had it in the bag unless a caution came out. So unfortunate for the guys who had trouble, but yeah, tires were a factor, but not if you knew how to manage them.
Yeah, and again, tire and fuel management is always what matters, especially in races like this, where you have no cautions, which is incredibly impressive to begin with. And I mean, it can make or break your race. Look at the 6 of Joseph Maddox, as you said, when you don't have fuel and you're kind of just having to guess.
Yeah, I felt it. It was fun.
Before we let you go, any drivers you want to thank, sponsors, family members, etc. Floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank my brother for getting me into the league, and hopefully we can talk this one out. Thank my other brother for watching. Nick, appreciate you, man. Hope you had a good time. We brought home third, buddy, and thank my wife, my kids, and everybody who puts this thing on. You for broadcasting, Elijah. It's a lot of fun. I know we got the playoffs starting Monday night, so if you aren't watching Monday night yet, tune in. Excited about that, but we got a truck championship to try to work our way towards too as well. So appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, you too. And again, the trucks Cup Series is on Monday right here on the Inspired Racing League YouTube channel, broadcasted by Raging Idiot.
Yep. Garrett broadcast that. Does a great job.
All
Just
right,
like you guys.
Thank you. We'll see you later.
Later.
All right, next up, filling in for the 13 of Travis Farmer is Christopher Rosca. Travis Farmer unable to come in for interview. Rosca, how you doing?
Still working.
Still working on the pedal?
Yeah, just putting it all together, to get shipped back to the shop. Got a little bit of cleaning done, found a little bit of dust in there. Really, guys? You had to put dust in the truck?
I'm not sure if the 13 filled you in on his race, but how does he feel after second place finish?
He said he would be. He said he'll take a second. It's been on par with how Farmer's been finishing this season. But unfortunate, couldn't get away with the win. But really proud of how he was able to race, especially with being sick, which he was today. So proud of what he was able to do. Pull the Tony Stewart and just race through his sickness.
Yeah,
There are a number of other drivers I could have listed. Why did I pick Tony Stewart?
I mean, he's coming to the trucks for the 500 for the 250. So
Nice.
in a Ram trucks, they're the superior trucks. Well, I'll let you get back to fixing your pedals.
Yeah, just got it all reassembled, and now time to shove it to the hauler.
All right, good luck. And last, but certainly not least, we have Colton Ward getting his first Truck Series win. How does it feel?
Oh man, it felt great.
Yeah, getting the fuel strategy done, getting the tire saving done, and outpacing the 13 of Travis Farmer. What all went into kind of making a click this week at Pocono?
Well, I just tried to make it through the pack clean as I could, and then I really didn't know what the long run was going to look like, so I just ran it out dry every single time, and then that last stop I seen, it was like 28 laps to make it, and that's like what my fuel was at, so yeah, I had like about a half a lap of fuel at the end of the race there.
Yeah, but you made it. Don't know if you did a burnout or not, because as soon as you're about to burn it down, my game crashed. So did you end up burning it down or not?
I had 0.1 left, so I did like 2 donuts.
2 donuts is 2 donuts. I'm just saying. No, but again, what clicked this week? Because you've been struggling. You've been very competitive, but I haven't really seen you. You haven't gotten a podium this season. So what kind of clicked for you?
For this series, this was my first race, but I honestly wasn't getting any Sprite cranberry, so yeah.
Yeah, well, you did something, and it definitely worked. Congrats on getting your first win on debut, pulling a Shane Van Gisbergen. Before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank, drivers, family members, etc.? Floor is yours.
Thank the league owners for doing this every week, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
Of course, and we'll see you next week at, I believe it's Red Bull. I think it's Red Bull Ring. Hopefully see you next week.
I think that's what I heard.
Good luck.
See you.
All right, folks, that will do it here from the Green Flag Racing Network here in the Pocono Mountains in Pocono Raceway in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania. I'm Robert McKay, and it's just been me. So we'll see you next week, hopefully with Cohen Haas back on my side, unable to make this race. We'll see you next week in Austria as we go to the Red Bull Ring, a normally Formula One track, but we're going to bring the US of A and NASCAR trucks to Austria. We'll see you then.